I got rich in 2017 after dropping out of high school. Now, the crazy thing is, it's never been as easy as it is right now to get rich in 2025 and change your life forever. In fact, if you follow this 5-step playbook that I'm going to give you inside of this video, then you're going to be the person that other people call lucky. If you don't know me, my name is Hayden Bowles. I'm 24 years old. I have a $10 million real estate portfolio and I've made millions online. And just a heads up, I have nothing to sell you in this video, just a bunch of stuff that I really wish I heard a long time ago. So make sure to subscribe because I post videos every week. Number one is what I call $0 to $10,000. Getting your foot in the door, picking what it is you're going to do for money and actually starting to get it working. This is where things become so exciting. And I see kids these days all confused about what they should be doing. There's endless opportunity everywhere. Crypto, hot. AI, hot. E-commerce, going bananas on TikTok. It's easy to go viral there. You could be a creator. Now, when I was getting started, I only wanted one thing. I just wanted a little bit of freedom. And back then, there was no information online about how to build an e-commerce business. There wasn't good videos on how to do real estate or all these other crazy things. Whereas nowadays, that information is literally everywhere. The exact playbook is there. People just don't use it. And the difficulty most people have is they struggle to pick one thing. They don't know how to identify what business to start. Because the truth is, when you find something that works, you don't go diversify. That's a myth. You press your thumb really, really freaking hard into that one thing and you twist and you just juice it. You grow that. So as you're picking which business you want to start and how you want to make money, keep this in the back of your mind. Consider your scalability before starting. This is where everybody goes wrong. If you're making $24,000 a year at some crappy job, making $240 a year seems like a dream. You'll do anything to get there, and that's kind of the right answer. But the problem is, it takes time. And the hard part is getting momentum. With any business you start, it's easy to grow it once it's going, but it's very difficult to get that early success, right? And that's the hard part you don't want to have to repeat over and over. So you might build yourself some SMMA agency or whatever where you're working with clients, you get to a couple $100,000 a year and you realize, oh my gosh, I just built myself a high-paying job and there's no clear path out. And the only path out is going to go back to restarting and spending time to build something completely different that needs new skills. That's not the right way to do it. And this is kind of what I consider number two, going from $10,000 to $100,000 a year, right? You can make $100,000 a year with a business that's not the right model, but you want to make sure you're picking the right thing beforehand. This will save you a lot of time and ultimately make you a lot more money. So here's a couple things to consider. How are you making money? A business does two things to make money. You can either sell a product or you can sell a service. That's pretty much it. So are you selling a service? What does that entail? You're gonna have to be servicing clients. There's probably more communication. I've built a business that mostly sells products. We sell e-commerce stuff. We have a supplement business. Well, that's a lot more customers that just pay me less versus a company where I might sell a service for $10,000 a month. I only need a few people to really make a lot of money, right? Neither of these are inherently right or wrong, but you need to understand what it is you're doing and what it's gonna take to service that customer. At the end of the day, any business, you have to take care of your customer really, really well. So just think about it when you're getting into it. Do you want to start e-commerce? Great. E-commerce has a lot of scalability. What niche are you going into? If you're doing hand crocheted turtle necklaces, probably not a lot of people over here long-term that would want to buy that. You might be able to make $100,000 a year very easily, but you're going to struggle to grow it. You see what I mean? And now step number 3 is going from $100,000 a year to $250,000 a year. This is where life starts to get a little more fun. This is what I call singular focus. There is a graveyard, a huge graveyard of businesses and young entrepreneurs that did this incorrectly. They got something working, right? They started a drop shipping store or whatever. It started making them some money. And then somebody tells them about the crypto coins they should be jumping in early on because they're going to blow up their money. And they put all their time there. Guess what happens to the first business they build? Ooh, it dies off. And then they're not making money. And then they take some losses over here because they don't really know what they're doing. And they have split attention and they get decimated by the world. This is what happens left and right. I know this because it happened to me. I made an $800,000 mistake that knocked me on my ass when I was 19. Now, thankfully, it was a mistake that was still kind of within my e-commerce business. I still had money coming in, but it hurt a lot. And do you want to know my secret to having a really consistent income, even with that blip over the last 7 years? I stayed in my lane. I didn't leave e-commerce and go into crypto. I didn't go into NFTs. I didn't try to start an agency. I didn't take on clients. I didn't do that stuff because I wanted to keep focused on the business that was working. And side note, in this time where everybody was chasing other things and I just stayed in my lane, was working only like 10 hours a week, cruising on easy mode, that's where I set myself up for the rest of my life. Bought my real estate portfolio, was able to buy a family member their dream car, and I just stayed investing, staying focused on my business, and it worked really well. I'm glad I did. And now stage 4 is really fun. This is where you go from 250,000 a year to at least 500,000 a year. Really nothing changes as long as you did what I said correctly. You stayed focused, you kept doing your thing. You're going to be basically smooth sailing. You feel like you're on top of the world. Life is in easy mode. Your business is growing, everything's good, you're putting some money in the bank, and you're doing a lot of things in the business. You're bumping into roadblocks. You're realizing, oh, okay, I'm not very good at this. Oh, I don't really like doing this, but you're still working really long hours, but life feels really good. This is the myth. Everything here is fake. Okay, you got to be really careful because this is where the devil creeps in and it's not a good position to be in. There's actually a concept where businesses in the middle always get squished because you got to either be big enough to be able to like pay for help and be able to really grow the business, or you got to be small enough to not really, be impacted by anything. Because if you don't follow point number 5, you're going to be stuck in what I said earlier with that high paying job. A lot of people do this. Is there anything inherently wrong with it? No, you can run laps around people and still become very wealthy if you invest your money good, but you're just rich, right? You're not wealthy. This is how you go from $500,000 a year to $1 million to $5 million to $20 million and continue to grow your business undisputedly. Who, not how. This is a concept that changed my life. It's a book that changed my life that I'm actively rereading again and again right now multiple times. Why? This is the life-changing thing in business that clicked for me. When you bump into a problem in stage 4, you're running your business, you're working long days, we need a new website. I don't know how to do this. Stop asking the question, how do I do something? How do we launch Facebook ads and get that as a source of acquisition for our business? Wrong question. How do I launch a new e-commerce brand? How do we get on Amazon? Stop asking how. And this was so counterintuitive from everything I ever thought in business. The question you should be asking is, who can do this? Who can build us the best website? Who, right? If I learned this earlier, I promise you I'd have millions of dollars more out of a much bigger business and a badass team of people. And the problem is, if you're anything like me, you probably started from not a lot. I'd be the one sleeping on the hotel floor with my brother growing up. My sister and parents would get the bed, and it's like, we're not getting 2 hotel rooms, right? We're not booking out a house in Vail for ski trips. Money was a little tight. We were able to do cool stuff, and I appreciate that greatly. But I saw a lot of things that kind of created my frugalness, but you cannot bring this into your business. Do it in your personal life and whatever salary you pay yourself, go ahead. But in your business, you cannot view this as an expense. And that is how your business gets exponential results. If your business can pay for the who to hire the right person, do it. So if you want to build a real scalable cash flowing business, then check out the video I just posted last week. I'll leave a link down below. It's absolutely free. Basically shows how to do e-commerce in 2025 with basically no money. This is how I got started. Drop shipping. We do different stuff now, but this is how you can get involved into the right scalable industry and start making money with it this year. The video is free. Check it out down below. It's a full updated tutorial on everything you need to do. And it's by far my favorite business that I own or invest into. I've literally done it myself and made a lot of money with it. I have also, not exaggerating here, helped hundreds of people become millionaires by running an e-commerce business. If you want to check that out, go ahead. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that I can help you out with my weekly videos in 2025. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it gave you some value, and I really look forward to seeing the success you create this year in 2025. God bless. Oh my gosh. I just built myself a high-paying job.